Good evening. In today's summary, the prices of diesel and motor gasoline in Seychelles have remained below 20 rupees since the beginning of this month of May. This is a significant decrease from previous years. Both commodities were selling below 20 rupees in September 2021. The Chief Executive Officer of the Seychelles Petroleum Company, Sarah Romet, explains the reasons behind the reduction in fuel prices.
The main reason behind the reduction in the prices is due to the fact that the prices on the international market has reduced. The crude price, the Brent price, is affected by various factors, and we've seen that the demand for fuel, for oil, during this year, 2025, has dropped a little bit ever since we've seen America imposing tariffs on other countries. And this has created some uncertainty in the market, which has caused the price of oil to reduce. And Seychelles, being an importer of the product, has also seen this reduction across its prices. In the region, we see that Seychelles has the second lowest price. If we compare to Mayotte, which is at 27 rupees 77, we even compare to Mauritius, we are still below them. They are at 19 rupees 91. Madagascar is the cheapest at 18.63. And Réunion is 25 rupees 46 per liter. We see this difference because of the different structure of the prices in the country.
Strengthening family involvement in home care is the aim of a half-day conference organized by the Home Care Agency. The conference was held this morning at the Docklands Auditorium to celebrate the month for family, celebrated this month. The Principal Officer for Wellbeing, Prevention, Training and Development at the Home Care Agency says this conference will allow the agency to gather information for its internal policy.
In our daily functions, often caregivers express the need for greater contribution from family members whilst they are taking care of their beneficiaries. So one of the objectives of this session today is to explore how the agency can assist families and caregivers while taking care of beneficiaries. We recognize that there are paid caregivers for the household, for the beneficiary, that is, but we also want families to play a greater role in caregiving. So this is to coincide with the Family Month being celebrated by our ministry, but it will also inform policy decisions by the agency with regards to caregiving.
The Anti-Corruption Commission of Seychelles, ACCS, and the company African Jewel have each filed an application before the Supreme Court to block the sale of the capital city building. The building belongs to Intelvision and Kaima Properties, two properties owned by the Valabjis, Mukesh and Laura.
There have been two applications before Judge Natasha Burian today to ask the court to make an order to prevent the sale of certain plots of land and everything that comes with it on the Independence Avenue in town. These are the exact properties where the capital city building stands. Absa Bank has asked the court to sell the property against telecommunications company Intelvision for debts accrued by Cayman Properties. Both the companies are owned by the Valabji couple, Mukesh and Laura. The sale is scheduled for tomorrow, Thursday, May the 15th, 2025. But the Anti-Corruption Commission, ACCS, and the company African Jewel have each filed an application to prevent the sale, each for its own reasons. The ACCS is more or less concerned with the accounts and any movement of money and property of the Valabji couple. Since the time frame is so short before the sale takes place, the court is expected to make an order that the sale itself be postponed, giving Judge Burian sufficient time to go through the applications and render a judgment. Judge Natasha Burian has set both cases for tomorrow morning to decide on how to proceed.
Vice President Ahmed Afifa said it was in 2022 that the American-based company SpaceX submitted a formal application to the government to offer its satellite internet service through Starlink in Seychelles. He made the statement yesterday before the National Assembly while answering questions by the elected member of Poglo, Egbert Aglaé, on whether Starlink had approached the government to offer internet services. In his reply, Vice President Afif said the government has studied and analyzed the impact that the entry of Starlink can have on the country's telecommunications sector, and as a result came into an agreement with Starlink to offer internet to ships, aircrafts, and outer islands such as Frigate, North Island, Bird Island, Dennis Island, and Arid Island under the Starlink policy. And still during the National Assembly's session yesterday, Vice President Afif gave an overview of the country's financial situation. This follows questions from the elected member of Bilaza, François Adelaide, on how much money Seychelles has in its reserves and the country's debt for this year. Vice President Afif based his answer on the review that he said was done last month. He said that the country's economic growth will reach 3.3% compared to the budget forecast of 4.3%. The revision is lower due to global economic activities such as trade tariff, and also the rising financial pressures in recent months. And with this, we end today's summary. I'll be back at 8 with the Creole Bulletin. Good evening.